What's going on, YouTube? Chris here. I want to bring you guys an update today of Bitcoin, Ethereum. We're going to take a close look at Link. I know a lot of people talking about FOMOing into Link right now. We're going to look at that, ADA, XRP, a little bit of Digibyte, and LTC at the end as well. It's nice to see that the bulls are attacking a little bit here, guys. We're seeing that $9,000 supported. That's what we want to see, but we have to remember that we're still in this symmetrical triangle. Is basically what I would put it as, is a symmetrical triangle, and that's going to be in purple here. And typically what you have with these symmetrical triangles, they're a neutral pattern, but you'll have about 3 to 4% that it will break with the trend. And the trend that we have been having since our major dump around March 13th, 2020 has been up. Okay, the overall macro, we still have not broken up above that 10,500. So we still are in a macro downtrend, but in the secondary trend here, we're in an uptrend. And what we're trying to do is get that continuation so we can start breaking over top of $10,500. That's what's going to be the most important thing for us right now. But I love to see that the altcoins are moving. There's some excitement coming back into the space, guys. It's tough to do technical analysis when you're moving sideways for 3 months. You know what I'm saying? You're just patiently waiting for one of these true moves like Bitcoin always does. You know, we can consolidate for a couple months, but there's always going to be these monstrous moves in Bitcoin and especially in altcoin. Who knows, guys? You know, it could spark. It happens so fast. Altcoin seasons can happen in 3 months, but they're so extreme. So they could come out of nowhere. All of a sudden we get a spark from a coin like Link or whatever, then other ones start picking up, more money's coming in, and then things get crazy. That's how it happens in this space. So just be prepared in either direction. We're going to get into all this today. We're going to look at very close support and resistance levels. So if you get some from this, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. We're going to be on the 1-day chart. I'm going to go through this as fast as I can, okay? So bear with me here, guys. So what we're going to start in on here is Bitcoin. And what we were looking at yesterday as we're in this symmetrical triangle here, we're going to take a look at this. If you can see in blue here, it's tough to see, but I have a trend line, and we broke out of that trend line, which was nice. We broke out of that trend line while we were holding $8,978, which was the most important for us. But now we still have these resistances of around $9,700 to get over, ultimately that $10,000 psychologically to get over. But you can see our RSI has been picking up some steam, and we're making those higher lows, so that's what you want to see. And if we take a look at trading view now, you're going to see that that's happening. 17 buy signal, 10 neutral, 1 buy. Oscillators are still very neutral right now. But we do have that overhead resistance, but I'm glad we supported 8,978. That's what we needed, because below that it was 8,500. But, you know, guys, this is where it's important. We need volume right now. We need heavy volume to get up over top of these overhead resistances. That's what I'm going to be looking for today. You can see our average volume line. I'm paying a lot of attention to that, because if it starts to swell and we get above average volume, that may be enough to get us up over top of that $10,500. So that's Bitcoin right now, guys. It's behind a lot of these altcoins, but I'm still patiently waiting because Bitcoin is the big daddy. If we can close up above this 50 moving average again, we're going to be looking better to at least come back up here and test some of these areas, is what we're going to have to do. But we need to get back up above that 50. We've been trading below it for too long. Okay, so the next one we're going to get into, guys, we're going to take a look at Ethereum. Ethereum's at $248. We're at that critical overhead resistance area yet again. We've tested about 4 times now. It's $252, guys. We need to get up over top of that, have a candle close up above that so we can go up there and attack. $286 would be the next overhead resistance area, and then it'd be up in the $300, around $324 is what I'd look at. In terms of support, we want to continue to hold the 50 moving average, which is going to be at $230, and then support's going to be at about $218. And our stock right now is at 95 and 76, so we are getting a little overextended, but we have not had a downside cross, anything like that. RSI is still moving up at 61. We just need to close up above this 252 today for Ethereum. That's what's going to be important, guys. You like me covering Ethereum, let me know down low if you're here to see that, because that's going to spark a lot of these altcoins, guys. I'm telling you, if Ethereum all of a sudden takes a massive dump, it's going to pull a lot of the rallies down. If it pumps, things could get crazy. So just be ready here, okay? Put some alarms in, put alerts in, be prepared. That's why I have these support and resistance areas that I'm looking at, because we'll get into Link next. And what you're going to see here, this is what we were talking about the last time I did a video. Remember this overhead resistance, this purple line we've been looking at, and I said, guys, we get a candle close above that, or we start breaking up through this resistance, then it's price discovery is basically what happens, because we have no overhead resistance. It's called a blue sky breakout. And then, you know, that's how Bitcoin got so crazy when it went from 10,000 all the way up to 20,000. in the matter of, what was it, guys, a month or something outrageous like that. There was no overhead resistance, and people get freaking nuts about that. And you can see heavy volume came in to break this overhead resistance. RSI's up around 80. Our stocks at 180. So what I would look at now, say you're not in a link position, okay, because I'm not in a link position right now. This was one I was looking at. I was sleeping when it broke through. I've been looking at it, but basically, guys, what I would like to see, and we're going to go in on the 4-hour time frame, for me to want to take a position in this. Number one, I want Ethereum and Bitcoin to continue to move, but right now you're seeing some heavy volume that's starting to happen up here with a bearish engulfing candle on a 4-hour time frame with a doji right before that. And then we had a big blow-off candle right before that on the 4-hour. So I wouldn't be shocked if we even came back into the $5.33 range. But for me, where I would want to get Link would be back around $4.88. Like I said, guys, I don't chase markets at all. Not anymore. There's no, my FOMO meter is so low because of what I've seen and how each time, guys, anytime you make a move, a beautiful move, you're going to have a retracement. You don't want to chase something up in here, okay? Could something get crazy and all of a sudden, hey, we just blow to the moon? Yes. But overall, when you see a doji, you're getting a bearish engulfing candle on the 4-hour. We're getting a stock cross to the downside, and your RSI still at 78. And it's curling to the downside right now on heavier volume, sell-off volume, and we're gapping away from this moving average. So to me, if you're not in a position, I would definitely wait to see if you could get it lower, $4.88. If you're getting maybe a little crazier, this 20 EMA, which a lot of times you'll get a bounce off that, is going to be at $5, or I'm sorry, that's the 30. It's going to be at $5.32 is what we'd be looking at. But just like over here, do you see when we gapped away from the moving average, what happened? You come back onto that moving average. Okay, because people are going to take their profits, and then they're going to do what I'm wanting to do is potentially buy a nice retracement if I see a nice retracement. That's what it is, guys. I don't chase the market. I really don't. That's how you get yourself in trouble. Okay, so just be careful right now. But for Link, I mean, it's so beautiful just to see it break out through that overhead resistance of $4.88. But typically when you break through resistance, you then want to turn it into support. So, you know, guys, I'd look at those areas about that 488, and then I think I said somewhere up in the 523, 530, right in that range. Okay, is what I'd be looking at if you're going to try to catch some retracement. So that's Link. If you want me to keep covering Link and throw it in, guys, you got to let me know down low. I'm going to grab a sip of water here, and we're going to get into the next ones. So another one we were looking at was ADA as well, and it was hit at that about 10 cent resistance, and that was in red right here. Many times we've hit this. Back here we had a double top, but we finally broke through it, and we broke through it on very heavy volume. Now we are starting to have one of these volume climaxes, so we're going to have to see if this is going to mark a top here before we start to retrace again, or if we're just going to keep pushing hard. Our RSI is already up at 81 though, okay? And what you're starting to see is a bit of a shooting star candle. We'll have to see where this closes, but there's a lot of wick up here from people taking profits. Your RSI is at 81 on the 1 day, so it's overbought. Your stock's at 195, so this definitely could cool down and potentially backtest that 10 cent area and then push farther from there, because we are starting to gap away from this 20 moving average, our 50 and our 200. But I love to just see the uptrend that this is and to break through resistance. So we want to turn that into support. That's what we're looking at. So in terms of support, we want to hold 0.101477. And in terms of, guys, the price moving to the upside there, we just want to continue to move. According to this chart here, we have no overhead resistance now for ADA as well. So I'm looking at that. It was just so nice to see us get through that. We're still holding this yellow trend line we are also paying a lot of attention to. So if you're in an ADA position, guys, you still want to be holding that position. You know, if you're a position trader or a longer term investor, this is where you want to hold that and just continue to be aligned with the trend. Now, shorter term traders, and if they caught this move, they're most likely taking their profits and going to try to catch something once it retraces. Because remember, this market always has to breathe. Okay, it's just like a human being. It has to breathe, takes a huge move. It's going to have to breathe and then go again. All right? So be aware of that, guys. So that's going to be ADA. You want me to keep covering that? Let me know down low. Then we'll get into XRP. It was nice to see a little bit of life out of XRP. We did hit 20 cents. Okay, so overall, I want to take the big view of XRP here, guys, because what we would set here then was our higher low, which is good, because if we would have had a lower low, it could have been down around 7 cents here. But overall, in the macro sense, lower highs still coming in, right? So if we don't get up over top of about 23 cents, there's still just going to be lower highs coming in, and then we would have to try to attack 34 cents. But what I do like to see is that this support held for us. The support we had down here on this chart around 17 cents, 0.17853, held as support, got a little bit of a rounded bottom, little push with volume. So now we need to get up over top of that 200 moving average on the 1-day time frame. So overhead resistance, I'm going to look at 0.20881. And then in terms of support, I still want to continue to hold that 0.17853 and also close today up above the 50 moving average. So what we're going to be looking at, RSI's at 63, stocks at 93 and 83. So I want you to be aware of that as we're coming up to test that 200 moving average for XRP. Next one we're going to get into is Digibyte. I promise you guys some Digibyte. If you're here for that, let me know down low. We've been looking at Digibyte in the symmetrical triangle, and it looks like we may potentially be getting a little pop to the upside here, guys. So symmetrical triangles, remember, we want a nice daily candle close about 3 to 5% up above this top trend line of our symmetrical triangle. That's what you're looking for with increased volume. You can see our average volume here, so we're still below. We need more volume to come in. We need to close up above that today. RSI is at 61. We are starting to put higher lows in, so that's a good thing. We're still up above our 30 EMA, our 50 moving average, and our 200. So this, guys, this could be a monstrous move. If we get heavy volume, Bitcoin wants to start breaking, all coins start moving, and Digibyte gets a big pump to the upside here. You can see that this almost looks like a bull flag in a way, just a massive bull flag. This is your big pull up, and then you have this, or a pennant, like a bull pennant type deal, flag pennant. And guys, what if we could get a whole nother leg like this for Digibyte to the upside? You know, that could end up taking us up to around 10 cents or more. So, you know, things get extreme in this market. I've been here since 2017, and I've seen a lot. So, you know, things can get really crazy. But overall, as in support, we want to hold this lower trend line. That's what we're going to be looking at as support as we're getting to the apex of this symmetrical triangle here. Okay, so be aware with that for Digibyte, guys, but we need more volume, heavy volume. Main overhead resistance we need to get through is 0.02432. If we take a look at trading view, you can see right here 19 buy, 9 neutral, 0 sell. Oscillators 3 buy, 8 neutral, 0 sell. Moving averages looking great. Okay, so if this breaks with the trend, could be a nice move here for Digibyte. So want to be aware of that, want to pay attention to that. Guys, and then the last one we're going to do is Litecoin. Take a look at this. Litecoin's at $45.22. Main overhead resistances that I have mapped out for Litecoin, guys, we need to get up above roughly about $48.30, and it'd be up around $51.57 if we are to move. But we still need to close up above the 50 today. That'd be important. If we close up above that, that may give us a shot to get up to that 200 moving average, and that'd be at 49. So even if we were rejected there and we continued this move, that's not a terrible play even for a quick trade, potentially from $45 up to that 200 moving average, because I'm sure we'll most likely test that again. You know, that's an area there, but that's just something I'm looking at, because sometimes, guys, you can peel off, you know, $4, $5, $6 before you hit the next critical overhead resistance, and that's what you're looking for, these gaps. You know, you take a trade once you break through 51 and you can ride it to 57, or you can ride it to 63. It's a nice little trade, and that's what you're looking for. As our strength, we had a rounded bottom on our RSI moving up. Stock had a nice move to the upside. Stock that was getting a little overextended. We're at 94 and 81, and our RSI is at 58 right now, so there still could be some more room to run here, guys. And also, Cardano rally continues, as I guess they're saying Litecoin could potentially collaborate with Cardano, so you guys can look more into that. But for Litecoin here, it's nice to see us finally getting some buy signals. 16 buy, 9 neutral, 3 sell is what we're looking at there, guys. So I wanted to bring this to you. If you like this, subscribe, hit that notification bell, leave me some love down low, guys. I appreciate you being here. And if you want me to keep all these ones that we've been doing in here, leave it down low. Take care.